Okay, I entered. I have it on two other computers. I'm gonna hit on my phone, and then I'm gonna get entered on the. We gotta just get as many votes in as we can.
What the hell?
Yeah, I just entered 15 times in the last 4 seconds, and I'm about to go grab my other laptop. I think I'm gonna get IP banned for doing so many entries.
Hey, what are y'all voting for, bro?
For you
For me,
in the Celebrity All Star game.
Yeah, we're doing it for you.
We're trying to get you in the game.
guys.
The Celebrity All Star game.
It's a pandemic. There is no full All-Star game.
Are you serious?
We did that for nothing?
I entered so many times.
That's a full size. That's a full size. She want every color. That's a full size.
Hello to every single member of the FS Army watching across the world. Of course, I'm your co-host Brendan Dunne,
I'm at Welty.
James.
and we have with us here today Joe Freshgoods. He is a designer, a Chicago native, and a guy who seemingly has a sneaker with every single brand out there. Joe, how you doing?
I'm good.
Feeling good. We're so happy to have you here. We are so excited to talk about your sneaker history and everything you're doing. But the first thing we want to talk about, the shoes everyone has on feet. So, Welty, what are you wearing?
Got a guy on the show who designed a huge New Balance sneaker. So I wanted to wear a New Balance sneaker that designed myself, but just through NB1. So doing a 998, did in semi collaboration with Hikmet from Soulbox on the
Semi-collaboration. You didn't get a collaboration, man.
I'm wearing probably one of the hardest dunks of 2021, the Notre dunks with the dad socks. Notre dunks these are incredible. The materials on here actually are dope as hell.
650 New Balance high basketball sneaker.
We're going to play
1989.
basketball?
Do I play basketball?
Are we gonna?
Yes.
Joe, that's a sneaker that you love, but what's the most regrettable sneaker purchase that you ever made?
That first Spizike, I can't say that now. Maybe I have
The
to think
first
about it.
Spizike?
That was the first time I was like, yo, I think I want to get into resale because I'm like a broke college student or whatever. And I think I went to Nike Town, Chicago, and this is before I worked there, and I copped like 18 pairs.
That's a full.
What? They didn't care? They let you just come in?
Yeah, that was like, what the hell?
Like
am I
you got
doing?
rid of them. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, I was like, this sneaker resale shit ain't for me, and I was like, let me just get rid of
Wait,
these.
Joe, so you've resold sneakers?
See, I studied you, so I'm not gonna. It's not
You're
gonna be.
playing
It's not gonna
defense.
be a title in my head that says that you blinking none of that. Nah, I don't resell sneakers. You're not about to get me.
All right.
Listen, we got a Chicago guy on the show, so I'm wearing Chicago sneakers. I have off-white Jordan 5s on. Don't talk to me about how they're not Reeboks. I like other kinds of sneakers as well.
Go ahead, kid.
Guys.
Get it.
Let's talk sneaker news. The first piece of sneaker news we want to talk about is Foot Locker following up on its $200 million commitment to support black communities from last June. It is giving $750,000 to Pencil in Portland, the sneaker school. It's committing to work with like 34 new black designers and open up internships and things like that. Joe, I know last summer a lot of brands were talking big about how they were going to support black people in America after all the civil unrest and things like that. Have you been happy with the way they've kind of followed up?
You about to get me in trouble. I have to make sure.
Yeah.
If you're happy,
That's why I got in like this, nigga. Yeah, nigga.
So, I've been approached by a lot of brands, and I'm trying to choose my words wisely because a lot of these, we're still talking. I think last year it was as everything was happening in society, you just saw a lot of pledges, man. It was just like this brand donating this brand making a t-shirt. For me, I've been trying to just see what brands are doing after the fact. You know what I'm saying? And me just being a black man in this business, I've been trying to make sure I don't say yes to every we need a black designer thing that comes my way. I'm talking to Foot Locker too, you know what I mean? Holding a lot of brands accountable, questioning a lot of brands, and most importantly, talking to the black employees that work within these brands,
Right.
So it's a lot of pledging and donating. It's just like, I want to see like the fuck y'all got going on for real. Like what y'all really trying to do for the community.
The people at the top, when it comes to Foot Locker, their intention, we never really get to know it. You never really know what their intentions is. Not to say that they're a bad person, not to say that they're racist, none of these type of things. It's just you never honestly get to know what their intention is. So for a person like me, it's hard for me to fully give you that like, oh, hell yeah, good job, if I don't know your intentions.
We've all grown up wanting to get a shoe deal, and then once we get in there, it's just like, we got to make sure that we get our work. I got the most money I've ever gotten offered last year. And I proudly turned that down because it ain't feel right, man. You can't put no Band-Aid on some shit, whatever. So I've been very proud of that, and it just made me want to work harder.
How much did you turn down, Joe?
I can't say that. Yeah, I can't say that. I can't. The feds watching, man. Chicago. I like to do that.
Feds watching, baby.
Next bit of sneaker news. The Doernbecher Air Jordan 1s, they got unveiled. They got put up for auction online. People were trolling. The bids got up to $3 million around there. Only 17 pairs are going to be made. Nike had to cancel the auction. They're going to put the remaining pairs on eBay to be sold. What do we think about it?
This is exactly why we can't have nice things. People,
what's the money for?
It's for the OHSU Children's Hospital.
Doernbecher.
People are like doing troll bids on this thing. Like I there's like a lot of fake names. I saw Marcus Jordan in there. You might have seen Miss Guthrie on there. Like, do people really think it's worth the clout just to have your name up there for half a second? It's Doernbecher.
This is not a good shoe, respectfully.
Kids designed this, right?
Kids with the direction of Nike,
Separately, I have all the shoes. I'm a Doernbecher Jordan collector. I've been doing that since the 2s. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a super fan, and any kids know that I got a lot of respect for the youth.
Support them kids.
I don't put this on the kid. I put this on the adult who's helping the kid.
To be fair, I don't think that this pair, I would assume, wasn't designed by a kid because it's a the shoe, so it's like
that's what I'm saying. A grown-up did this, and this shoe sucks.
Well, I love you,
Joe. I want to talk to you about your earliest sneaker memories. I didn't get to do the podcast with you guys or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So the way that you attack collabs is from the standpoint, from my perspective, of a person who really understands shoes, because your packaging, your rollouts, is for a person who understands the way that the culture moves and shifts. So can you please take us down memory lane when it comes to your first sneaker memories?
Chicago, we obviously are Jordan City. Air Force Ones, my dad was into some shit growing up. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I looked up to my dad for the type of hustler he was on the West Side. But he wore Filas. It was like the dope boy Fila.
Yeah, the joints.
So that was a thing. And then once I started getting a little bit older, Mikes. When in Chicago, we call them Mikes. And ain't really Jordans like that. I love that era, like 5th and 6th grade, where the shoes that was a bit affordable was cool. So I can't speak. I know a lot of this stuff is regional, but it was a moment on the west side of Chicago where Saucony's was popping.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Yes. Saucony, man.
Interesting.
Saucony.
That was my first shoe when I came to America, actually.
It was popping. It was, I don't know if it was because of the price point. Foot Locker had that whole, Saucony's was kind of hot. So that was like me being able to tell my mom, like, yo, let me get 2-3 pairs of Saucony's, because that wasn't that much money. Moving over to like the early 2000s, it was like the Air Force One era with the Easters and all that stuff. So
and then eventually you got a job at Nike Town, but you got fired at Nike Town. Can you tell us that story?
I was fresh out of high school, trying to figure out if I want to go to college, I would say, or, do something.
Right.
And I got hired at Nike Town, Chicago. I used Nike Town to get in the mix of knowing people. So I just was sledding out my goddamn discounts to everybody. You know what I mean? I was the discount man at school, the discount man. This is before I started working at Leaders. I just wanted to kind of get cool with everybody and just learn, it was like my way of networking. And I got in trouble. And I snitched on myself too. I think so this is when Nike had that thing where no matter how the shoe looked, you can return it.
I love that. I love that. Right? You get a new pair of shoes every 18 months.
I put my boys on there like, yo, bring back these busted ass Air Max. You're going to get $180 on the gift card. And I'm going to give your money back. So I was doing that. I got fired for a discount abuser. And I remember they walked me upstairs. I signed some weird papers saying that I could never do nothing again with Nike or something like that. I was sad. I mean, oh my God, my life is ruined. I can't be a sneaker discount person. Little did they know.
After Nike, you ended up working with Adidas. Were you like some sort of like you were like letting them know what was cool like in Chicago? Is that?
Yeah. So timeline wise, and shout out to Wex too. Got fired. My brand Dope Boy Magic was busting in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I had everybody wearing my tie hoodie, all that. Got a wild DM from Wex. He sent me a pair of shoes, and I had to just film myself. I think it's still on my Instagram. I had to film myself wearing some Adidas and getting out of bed. It was a whack ass video, but I did it. Then about a year and a half later, I just applied for this brand ambassador job with Adidas. So my job was to go to every mall in Chicago and just check on Adidas products. It was okay money. It was like 24, 25. But I was just networking. I was cool with everybody at every Foot Locker in the city, getting free shoes, and I thought I was on top of the world. After a while, I got bored with it. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I'm just a brand ambassador. I just know I'm never gonna have my own shoe. So I just started abusing. I used to say I used to go to work, but I didn't. So I remember I was in New York and I got fired. And yeah, I was like, okay, my life was over again.
But then you ended up like doing the shoes with Adidas that like did or like didn't come out, you know, like what's up with you and Adidas? Like, you know, they fire you, they do a collaboration with you, and they don't put the sneakers out. They do put the sneakers out. Like,
so before I started working with Adidas, Nike Chicago, shout out to Nike Chicago, the team over there. I got put in on this NFL project. They had my face plastered on Nike Town. So it was like, that was the first time in my life where it was like a crazy ass full circle
on that one.
To get fired from somewhere. Right. And then 5 years later, my face is big as entrepreneur, Nike Town, whatever. So, and then with Adidas, it was just organic, man. Like, shout out to Adidas, man. I was angry. A lot of things happened, and now that I work with so many brands, I understand timeline. Again, I was so thirsty to have a sneaker. I signed this contract without a lawyer. You know what I mean? A lot of people do. A lot of people can stunt that I got lawyers. Sometimes niggas can't even afford a lawyer, man. So we just want to happy to get that shoe. But my career kept blossoming, man. So the thing about it was, I think I signed like a year contract, and I was supposed to put out two collections with them within that year. Things just kept getting pushed back, and ultimately, you know, the reason I was so angry and all the angry tweets and shit, my product kept leaking. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with the product being pushed. Being pushed back, like timeline and factory issues. Some kid tweeted me, I just copped the Joe Freshgoods Adidas t-shirt. And I'm like,
what?
It's not even supposed to be out for 5 more months.
You're like, I don't even have this shirt.
That happened like 3 times. That happened 3 different times. As your career grow, and Trina, you don't know if you can like attest to this, but like, have any of y'all ever signed something?
Wait, my career's growing too, Joe. Come on.
No, but everybody on here.
He's asking everybody.
Have you ever because like, a month too late, like, damn, I'm worth a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, I should have, you know. And All-Star Weekend was creeping up. So y'all gotta understand, like, working on something, like, people think, I don't know, footwear is like, it might take 2-3 years before you get, like, especially how many sample runs you go through. They just dropped the ball on me, and I knew my worth.
Is that how, in turn, the New Balance collaboration came around? How did that happen?
That was the wildest, most organic shit. Welty, I got beef with you too. I want to address that too.
Can we get right to the beef?
Let's go.
Like, yeah, man, you finna judge me off of it. All right, so check this out. Complex Con Chicago. If you didn't know about me, you found out about me then. No cap.
Okay.
Everybody from the industry that came to Chicago, I had a line for 2 days straight.
Facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like documented. Like, you know what I mean?
Facts. I was skipping the shit out of that line, but it was a line.
So we killed it, and I remember, like, after crushing Complex Con, I made a shit ton of money. I went on a vacation, and stop that money shit. Stop doing me do that, man. I gotta stop talking about money too, man. But one of my employees, he hit me and was like, yo, somebody from New Balance, shout out to Chad. Somebody from New Balance stopped in the store looking for you. I'm like, New Balance. We connected. Shout out to Joe Freshgoods. That's my homie. What I realized about the New Balance fan, it was very elitist, very like, we've been on New Balance since 97. Man, I don't get no fuck. We doing this now. So that was a little annoying, but it was dope to bring a lot of new people over to New Balance. You know what I'm saying? Chicagoans, we don't wear New Balance like that. So it was a challenge for me. It was a learning process for me to be able to understand the New Balance consumer. They didn't make me do a 992. When I flew to Boston to meet up with them, they laid out 3 shoes on the table, but they told me like, yo, we're gonna push the 992 this year so you could be the first. Mm-hmm. And I did a little history, tapped in with some DC folks, and I fell in love. Because keep in mind, I felt like the biggest finesser. I was signed with Adidas, went to Boston to meet with New Balance, and on my way to the taxi, whatever, I changed to some Converse shoes to meet with Converse.
And you walked out of there at some point with the diamond New Balance pinky ring.
Yeah, you know, and then when I dropped it, you know, everything was dope. You know, I'm super emotional and shit, man. So every time motherfuckers was like, yo, this shoe was dope, but it's not a real collab because he built that. So I hit New Balance up and was like, yo, y'all gonna have to take those options down. So that was me that did that. I didn't want nobody, because for the first week, people were recreating my shoe or trying to recreate my shoe on the NBA one. And I was like, dog, y'all got to change something up. It's a collab, man. We bringing new people over, y'all.
Joe,
counterpoint.
No, because I remember, like, that's what I had said. When the shoe first came out, I looked at it and I was like, the shoe looks like it was made on MB1, which it was. Like, I wasn't, like, I'm not, like, I wasn't trying to, like, it was no disrespect or whatever, but I have come full circle on that one, on this, because New Balance has since done a lot more projects through, I mean, I know they shut down the NB1, like, program, like, shortly after, and they've done a bunch more collaborations. My view on, you know, the shoe being created through that has changed. So in, like, my head now, seeing that, like, what the brand is doing, I don't think it takes away from the shoe. And I just wanted to tell you that, just for, like, full circle moment.
Are we good? It's all love over here now.
Joe, you have no idea how much we've debated this. I wish you could see the Slack messages at Complex endlessly about this.
Yeah, and I get it, and that's all. And honestly, man, I be watching my sneaker reviews on YouTube. I just be like, I be super dialed in because I listen to what people say, just so I can go back and, like, I show them New Balance, like, yo, hey man, what this dude Welty talking about? New Balance people, what's up, man? Like, and you know what's crazy? I will say, you push me to go harder on my next shoe. You know what I'm saying? So this whole next shoe that I got coming out, which I don't want to talk about with New Balance, I'm on your ass, man. I went really, I went really custom.
I want to see it. I want to see it, Joe. I'm honestly looking forward to what it's going to be.
My approach with New Balance is to keep and make this shit super black with my stories, because I start off, when I design shoes and shit, I start off with the story first. I go story, colorway, material, and then product. But New Balance, they're doing a great job of signing the right partners. Right. And I'm trying to make sure that I'm super different from everybody.
Different. Tell me about Kawhi, because part of your New Balance project is working with Kawhi Leonard. Is Kawhi Leonard a real person?
Yes, he's super cool, man. He's super cool. I think the more I work with different athletes and...
Have you ever heard him laugh?
Yeah. No, I'm trying. I gotta watch what I say here too. We talk a lot. You know, I'm really into this black empowerment. I'm glad he trusts me as far as my design vision. We're on the same page. We got a lot of cool stuff coming out in the future. He's dope to work with.
You mentioned your next New Balance collaboration. I know there's been a lot of rumors around. Joe Grondin, your man, you know, has gone out and said that the 990 V3 is going to be the next big silhouette for New Balance in 2021, just like the 992 was in 2020. So are you doing a 990 V3?
I can't say. We're doing a lot. We're doing a lot. I'm saying, so I don't want to break any breaking news right now. I'm trying to let everybody else. There's a lot of collaborations with New Balance is about to come out the next 2-3 months. I will say, I'm dropping in July.
I got a picture of the box, so I'm gonna throw the picture of the box out there.
Don't do that. See, why you gotta stunt and say that?
No.
Why you do that?
Oh my God.
Why you do that, man? That was bogus. I got the box.
So Joe, you know, we were talking collabs, and you touched on it briefly before, but Converse, your Converse collab. Thank you for my shoes. How did that one happen?
Converse we've been talking back and forth with Converse for about 2-3 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that people kept leaving. Everything, Complex Con Chicago really changed everything, man. Because I got hit up. I feel like the man. I got with New Balance and Converse at the same time. I didn't know that I could do both. So I was like, let me just kind of work with two of these people at the same time and figure out what happened. So it was a great partnership. Yeah, you know, it is what it is.
Nice. I love that. And I feel like in that way, Joe, you're kind of like changing the rules a little bit of like, we're only obligated to do what we signed on a contract. Like, we do not belong to these brands, or like, we don't have to be fanboys to the extent where they're going to give us everything. And I want to know how
Reebok?
Me, no. Absolutely not. I love them though. I want to know like how some of these relationships work, Joe, because like, I feel like a lot of people on the outside don't necessarily know like how a sneaker collaboration works. Like, do you get paid per pair? Do they pay you to design a shoe? Like, what does that actually look like?
Great question. That's a great question.
I won't ask you the actual money.
And I hope none of my peers don't think I'm being invasive with the questions I asked them. But you can go into a meeting with a brand, and not too many people can get a royalty. That's like some Kanye. I can't speak on another man's bread, but like royalty deals is just
not
like
happening.
And also too, I don't really want that many shoes in the market. Not saying I want to create so much demand where it's hard to get, but this is across every industry. Without working with Mitchell Ness, New Era, I don't really like the royalty system. It's different than music because I don't want a million pair of shoes in the market.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a royalty deal for me makes no sense because that's you saying, I want $12 per shoe. I don't want $12. I want whatever. So, or you can get a design fee, which most people do. There's so many different ways you can work a deal. And what I realized is I don't really believe in designer fees because when you take a designer fee, you don't got that much say so in the back end because that's you saying that you're taking money up front when it comes to what store is going to carry your shoes.
You don't have any
the
say.
lead time, you don't have no say time because you took that up front money. You know, structuring deals, I walk in and be like, all right, boom, I need a friend and family shoe. Boom, I need 2 weeks lead time. Boom, I want my stores in the top 18 doors in the world.
I love that.
You know, and again, I've worked myself to get there. You know what I'm saying? You can't, you know, you got to crawl before you can walk.
Exactly.
So
In the beginning, it's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, some people are probably just even happy to get a shoe to begin with, where they're not even thinking like financial compensation. They're just happy that like a brand like wants to put their name on it. Joe, you touched on it briefly before, you know, about kids trying to recreate your shoe on NB1. The program hasn't been available for quite some time. There's no real like reason behind what happened to it. Do you know if it's gonna come back at all? Has New Balance told you anything about that?
I heard it's coming out. I just don't know when. I don't want to speak on that. I'm not really sure.
No, because it's just funny because you're mentioning like how annoying like New Balance people can be. And like I have tons of great New Balance friends who, I mean, I love the guys, but I also have a bunch of people in my comments who like I don't know who are like complaining to me about NB1, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do about it?
I'm
just
the same New Balance people on your ass.
I learned that I had to just stop DMing people back and all this shit because some kid DM me something like, yo, Joe, like how many shoes are you doing? I'm just, you know, I'm a Joe, man. I ain't no celebrity ass nigga. I just want to respond back to somebody. He asked me something and I said, it's leather on it. And they screen captured that and put that all through Nike Talk. And it's just like, it's this whole little joke about me that's just like, but it's leather on it. I'm like, you know, so I'm not looking for the New Balance, you know, approval from like the fan point of view. I want to bring over new people, you know what I'm saying? So that's the goal.
Positive and creative disruption. I feel you. I mean, I got to ask, you know, Nike and Jordan collab, man. What's that?
You know, that's a talking a lot of my group chats. Like, what if Nike or Jordan reach out to you? Or would you just leave? Now that I know what I know about this industry, I'm a fan of partnership. I don't want to be used for a moment, you know? Or we got to highlight. It's been cool that I've been bouncing around and just figuring out my way. But now I think I'm at a point where I'm really able to make change within the company and talk to the employees and really get in there. And, you know, it's a dream to do a Jordan and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? But I really value where I'm at right now, you know, with New Balance. And I got a lot of other shit coming out too.
If you did, got a chance to do a Nike and do a Jordan, what would it be? What would a Joe Freshgoods Nike or Jordan be?
My favorite Jordan is the Olive 9. I'm super weird, man.
Nice.
I'm super weird. That's like my whatever. So I would pick something that nobody, like I wouldn't do a Jordan 1 right now. It's just like, can y'all stop? I would probably do a Jordan 9, you know what I'm saying? And just kind of freak that out. In the dream world, that, or anything from the Rodman line. You know, I think for me, growing up, I've always been a fan of the ugly sneakers from Nike. The glove, from Gary Payton, like the
sportswear shit.
I don't like to work with brands, but they tell you what, a lot of this stuff too. You can't just go into a brand and say, hey, I love this shoe growing up. I want to do this.
Yeah.
Only Travis Scott can do that. You know what I'm saying? Right. When you're working with a brand, it's just like, if I had the opportunity to work with like a Nike Jordan, I will hopefully be at that stage in my career where I can be like, all right, boom, this is what I want to do.
Okay.
We'll get there. Joe, by the way, every single week here on the show, we punish someone in the worst take section for something terrible they did or said last week, as decided by the YouTube commenters. We make them switch out their shoes for something awful. It's usually me. This week it is me. We're calling those Jordan 4s Poverty PEs once again. Poverty PE. I have to take off my shoes. And actually, I'm not that mad at the shoes they gave me this week. It's just it's like TNs. No logo on them, but they'll do.
Okay.
Could be worse.
You could draw your own swoosh on the side of those, Brendan, and sell them for $300.
Tell us in the comments who deserved that distinction this week.
So, Joe, we also do a segment on the show called Drip, Flip, or Skip. Drip meaning that you wear it, flip meaning that you resell it, and skip meaning that you don't rock with it at all. The first shoe in Drip, Flip, or Skip will be the Supreme Nike Dunk Low. Time SB. They're back Well, their hair, should I say. I'm going to start with you, Joe. Drip, flip, or skip?
Drip, I guess. I mean,
you don't sound convinced, Joe.
Say the truth. Say the truth. Speak your truth, brother.
No, I mean, I'm just tired. I'm really tired of dunks and stuff. Like, I think, it's just everybody just falling in line. I mean, they cool. I like to get them fucked up and then wear them. You know what I'm saying? That's not some shit I'll wear in this year. This type of shit that you bring back and go, oh, I've got this in my closet.
Okay.
I'll flip them if I get them for free. I just sell them.
Okay.
Damn, now y'all gonna put the shit on my plate.
I never had a chance to get them, but I just think the original Supreme Nike Dunks, just the colorways on them were so much better than this batch. None of these colors really stand out to me as ones I'd want to own, so it's just a flip.
Brendan, how much we betting on which shoe's gonna resell for the most?
We'll sort out a bet for 40 milkshakes later on. I'm gonna call this one a flip as well. Yeah, I think this is the kind of shoe you buy and forget about, and 5 years later you cash out on. I like them okay, but
I'm putting these straight to feet.
Okay.
Bring the blue and the green my way first, and the others, if I get them, I get them. If I don't give a damn.
Joe, were you a Nike SB guy at all? Like in the first like
the
life
heyday
of those shoes?
No, I can't even start. I couldn't get it. I was working at Leaders back then, but I was like, yeah, because people like acting like they've been on this shit for like, nah. I always felt like I was a poser if I wore certain shit.
Moving forward, Casablanca times New Balance, new style, the 327. Welty.
The 327 just not a personal favorite of the silhouette. I think there's another silhouette that Casablanca is doing that I like those more. So this one personally is just a skip.
Okay.
Drip, home team. We gonna make everything pop. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Casablanca. Shout out to New Balance. Gotta say that. What y'all expect me to say. I hate y'all.
For a second, I forgot. Honestly, I really forgot for a second. I forgot that you a New Balance guy.
You're gonna get a phone call if you skip those.
I love Casablanca. I know my way around Morocco a little bit. Shout out to Stevie. I like these. This is a drip.
I don't like this particular colorway. I respect Casablanca, the brand. They're really doing their thing and they're gonna come up. I actually really like this model because this, to me, I love when brands make a new shoe. This to me is like the new Dope Boy shoe, but this one, respectfully, this is a skip because of this colorway.
He's gonna skip it when he starts talking about all the reasons they like it. Like,
yeah, right. Yeah.
Fully. Do New Balance take care of you, Welty?
I got to do a 101 shoe once. That was probably the height of New Balance taking care of me, but I don't know.
So
I never touched the New Balance until I started being around Welty. I never even looked at the motherfucker.
So you were a real influencer, huh?
I don't try to be. I don't peg myself. I just always like the brand.
And that's why I was influenced.
This is what I'm gonna do, Welty. When my shoe's about to drop, I'm gonna fly you to Chicago.
Yes.
I know you got money, but I'm just doing some bullshit right now. I'm gonna fly you to Chicago.
It's the hat.
Just so you to interview me like Barbara Walters about my shoe. I need
yes.
you to. You're the first person I want to talk to about
60
my
minutes.
shoe. I damn near want to show you right now. Shall I show? No, I ain't gonna show you. But
show us the shoe. Come on. We'll blur it out. We'll blur it out.
Turn up.
I just did a little too
Beautiful. Move forward. Nike Zoom Kobe 6 Pro All-Star. These are coming out for the potential All-Star and ATL, baby.
I don't wear Kobe's a lot, respectfully, but this is a drip.
I agree with Brendan. It's not a shoe that I would personally wear. So with that said, I'm going to say skip because there's a lot of Kobe fans out there who say they can't get the shoes. And I want to give real Kobe fans a chance to get the sneakers that they want.
Stand-up guy.
Respect the Kobe drip. Would I wear them? Probably not, but I can't skip a Kobe thing. You know what I'm saying?
Because of the Grinches, I love the 6. I love it when they do it like this. I want to hoop in these really bad. So this is a super drip for me, guys. Size 11. Joe, we also do outfits on this segment, and of course we have to do Joe Freshgoods outfits. Crossbow Joe. There he is.
Oh, God. I knew y'all was gonna do that.
Where are we going hunting?
Joe. What were you hunting?
I was at my homie's print shop and he just had that on his desk and I was like, yo, can I take a picture with that? Because it matched my fit.
This is Joe about to chase down the Nike Talk guys.
Exactly.
This is when you see NB Fan 996 across.
Yeah, Yeezy jacket on. I had that's one of my favorite camos ever. That crossbow shit, it just matched the jacket. I was like,
hey, when the crossbow matches the jacket, you got to take it there.
Trip though. I ain't skipping nothing I got on. That's a trip.
Okay.
I'm gonna call it a drip. He looks like an Unreal Tournament character or something. I like the getup.
You look like you're about to go on Joe Rogan and hunt down an elk. You're wearing your own shoes, which is I'm assuming is an amazing feeling. Drip.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a drip. I love this. I love this. Me personally. Moving forward. Triple S Joe. There you
Oh
go.
my God. Skip.
Off top?
You know what's crazy? You know what's wild about this picture? Last night, and I was like, I wonder what they pictures gonna be.
He was pre-gaming.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta do my fucking. I gotta watch the game tape on this shit. I was like, yo, let me hurry up and archive this picture, which I didn't know you could do.
Oh,
You were trying to hide it?
that is
So, you know,
hilarious.
It was a time when you couldn't find those like that, you know, before they started to select them out. Yeah, I got a fucking Supreme. I look like a fucking goofball. Skip.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to see a picture of you in Triple S. It really caught me off guard. Were you doing like ankle weights? Were you using those as ankle weights to like get your calf muscles up?
I mean, the outfit ain't bad. I just wouldn't have did those with the fucking Supreme mask on. Like, come on, cornball. This is me on an off day with a snow outfit. You know what I'm saying? So I still skip that shit.
If you say skip, I gotta agree with you.
The one bit of credit I'll give you is this is pre-pandemic and you had the face mask on, so you must have known something that we didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I know everything, baby.
But I'm gonna still call it a skip. I hate that shoit.
Well, I mean, I like to see Joe when he dresses up because it's always cozy and his colors are always going to pop. So this is a drip for me. Last but not least, I see two goats. I'm going to just say drip off top.
Nah.
Adidas did a maker studio.
Right.
This is right when my I Love Adidas made mode. A lot of us had to make our own shoe. I think we got like 2 days to make our own shoe from start to finish with Adidas. I think the pod system joint. We had got word that Pharrell was going to stop by and just like pull up and just kind of look at everybody. I'm super prepared. I was making this shoe. This is the first shoe I've ever made, actually. I got fired. So when I got fired from Adidas, you know, I'm all about that storytelling. I put that on the shoe the date I got fired. Pharrell was watching me do that, and we chopped it up for a second. So yeah, I drip. That's a big moment for me. This is my first time meeting Pharrell on the height of me loving Adidas. So I was on cloud 9 in London.
It's a historic moment. I'll call it a drip.
I'm a simple man. I see Joe with Pharrell. It's a drip.
Drip, drip, drip all across the board.
Joe, before we get out of here, we want to breeze to the comment section and see what people have been saying about us on YouTube for the past week, which is always a fun time. We have one from Gareth Winter saying it feels too great to finish a shift at work, smoke a fat spliff, weed, and come home to watch us every Thursday. Makes everything feel so much better. We have one from B Raptors TV saying FSR schools me on kicks every time I watch, all the way from South Africa. Thank you. Millie Rodriguez, I was about to like this video, but I saw that I had already liked it. Go find another computer to like it on. We appreciate you watching. This has been another episode of Full Size Round. I am your co-host, Brendan Dunne.
I'm Matt Welty.
Trinidad James.
Joe Freshgoods.
Woo!
She want every color, that's a full size. Buy a 6 for my kids, bought a 7 for my chick.
Guys, have you realized that we still don't have 1 million subscribers?
It's ridiculous.
Let's talk about it. FS Army, everybody that watches this show, get us to 1 million followers. What are we waiting for?
Make us go platinum.
And after you subscribe to the channel, make sure you download the Soul Collector app. That's important too.
Go buy sneakers.
Please. Platinum, 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 platinum.